He's not only a disaster, but he's, to me, an unfixable disaster because he has no conscience. I don't think this bothers him a bit.
No.
We need to talk about Russell Westbrook. Again, I know, you thought the story was over 3 teams ago.
I think he's kind of sad now.
Could this be the end of Russ as we know him, Russ the superstar?
It could be.
Joke's on us. The man turned 37 last week and somehow still moves like your controller has turbo on. Be honest, did you also say he's done sometime this summer?
Tracks it down, plenty of time on the shot clock, 10. Schroeder on the kick out, here's Russ. Corner 3 ball, got it!
Russ shooting the 3 ball incredibly well to start this season.
Same, and now I'm sitting here eating humble pie while he's grabbing rebounds over dudes a decade younger. You wanna bite? But before we start, if you love basketball and you're one of the 90% who watch without subscribing, it's time to join the NBA Inside family. Click it and let's live this season together. Here's the setup. Most players at year 18 are on TV sets, in suits, or on boats. Russ spent the entire offseason teamless after declining a $3.4 million option in Denver, with the front office basically saying, don't come back. Then, days before camp wrapped, Sacramento slid in with a vet minimum on October 15. 7th team, 18th season. New city, same chip on the shoulder. Do you ever get tired of being wrong about this guy? Because I'm getting my reps up. And the first thing you notice, besides the speed, is the glass eating. Humbly speaking, I'm the best rebounding guard ever. It sounded like a flex until he backed it with math. He's at 6.2 boards a night, and with the Warriors game, he moved to 8,734 career rebounds, passing Jason Kidd with 8,725 for the most by a guard in NBA history. Also picked up his 204th triple-double there and his first 20-15-10 since 2021. When they told him about the record, he deadpanned. Oh, honestly, I didn't even know that. I'm gonna need the game ball. Tell me that's not elite comedy timing. Who talks like that while breaking the sport? Now, it wasn't smooth from day one. He started at the back of the Kings rotation and looked mortal. First 5 off the bench, 9.8 points, 4.4 assists, 3.6 boards on 37% from the field, 35% from 3. You felt the rust. You also felt the energy. And that part doesn't slump. The minutes crept up. The role grew teeth. Through 8 games, 14.5 points, 6.2 rebounds, 5.8 assists, and he's sitting at 39.7% from deep. Read that last part again. Are you squinting? Me too. Do we think he'll hold near 40% all year? Probably not. Does he need to? Also no. He just needs to make teams think twice. And right now, you can hear defenders arguing on closeouts like, you go. No, you go. Let's rewind to the Warriors game. The perfect little Russ short film. No Steph, no Jimmy, no Draymond, no Levine, no Sabonis. On paper, showcase for Golden State's kids. In reality, Russ turned the gym into his cardio session. 23 points on 9 of 13 shooting. 3 of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 at the line. 16 rebounds, 10 assists, and the clincher, he hounded Brandon Podziemski into a late turnover with 8.9 seconds left. DeMar DeRozan led with 25. Dennis Schroeder slapped up 18-7-7 and went microwave on the 4th, but the game belonged to the guy with candles on the cake. Be honest, did he also yell, how is he still that fast? When he spun into that lefty finish after bumping pods, same. Also loved the give and go with DeMar. Pass, cut, receive, lay, simple basketball, violent tempo. And if you're wondering what changed with his shot diet, this is where it gets geeky and good. Russ has quietly modernized the profile. Less of the long twos that make coaches stare at the ceiling tiles. More at the rim, more catch-and-shoot threes, more cuts. Nearly half of his recent attempts have come inside 10 feet, more than at points in his prime. Is the rim finishing at peak OKC levels? No. But paired with quick hitter threes, early offense, and those sneak cuts when defenders ball watch, he's back to decent efficiency. Which is all you need when the playmaking remains elite. And it does. Because the passing, man, we reduced him to spray out merchant for years like the reads were basic. They're not. In transition, he's dropping GPS accurate hit-aheads to Malik Monk. and the half-court was a big at the level, he's treading live dribble windows to dunkers like Drew Eubanks. Eubanks should include Russ in his holiday card list. Lobs are a love language. The weight room might change, the arc might wobble, but that first step into the paint and the pass on time, on target, that's forever. Okay, you ready for the mid-video twist? Here's the hook that flips the way you're thinking about year 18. The Kings didn't sign the Nostalgia Act, they signed their pace car. Seriously, this isn't one last dance, its floor raiser was built in Nitro. Close game, he guards up. Bigs in foul trouble, he volunteers on a giant. Offense flat, he hits the gas and turns 15 dead possessions into 8 decent ones. You know who does that at 37? Not many. If you're building for April, having a human adrenaline shot in your rotation matters. Are you seeing it too, or am I drinking King's Kool-Aid? Look at Milwaukee. Kings win 135 to 133. Russ shoots poorly, 4 of 14, 0 of 5 from 3, but gives you 12, 5, 10, 2. And the play that told you everything. Sabonis had 5 fouls, Giannis was loading up, and Russ told him, "I've got him." He took the assignment, ate the foul, and kept his all-star available for closing time. Does that show up in PER? No. Does that win you a game in the margins? Absolutely. If you've ever hooped, you know. Every team needs a "I'll take the fire" guy. The Denver stop? Pure theater. Back in town on November 3, he drops 26, 12, 6. On 10 of 17, 3 of 6 from 3, Kings lose 130 to 124. Post-game, he explains the exit. They told him not to return. Not up to me. God always has a plan. It's calm, not bitter, and also a little "how you like me now." Against OKC, painful symmetry, he goes 24-7-9. Hits 5 threes in the first quarter alone, and it still turns into a 132 to 101 loss because the Thunder live in the paint like it's rent-controlled. Some nights you're surfing a wave alone, some nights your help defense forgets to clock in. Welcome to the NBA. Atlanta, 10-3 in 22 minutes during a blowout. Minnesota, 6-0-1 in 16. Utah opener, 7-1-4 in a 1-point win. Not every chapter is a memoir. Some are receipts. But across this stretch, you feel the same through line. When he plays, the temperature rises. The team wakes up. Even Malik Monk said what we're all seeing. Starting with Russ has them not starting games pretty bad anymore because his energy sets the tone. You can preach compete on a whiteboard, or you can sign someone who treats loose balls like Black Friday TVs. And the milestone sneaking up? He's inching toward 10,000 career assists, the club where the Plaques have last names like Stockton and Kidd, and he's within striking distance of 2,000 steals. Very few humans touch those 2 round numbers while also clearing 25,000 points. That's "I lived in the gym for 2 decades" territory. Do you realize how wild that resume is gonna look on a Hall of Fame screen? Context time, because stories need roots. Last year in Denver, 75 games, 13.3 points, 4.9 boards, 6.1 assists on 44.9% overall, 32.3% from deep, true shooting percentage a hair over 53, 6-man vibes, spot starts, grudging fit, playoffs, 13 appearances, 11.7 a night on 39%, role shrunk, rope short. He did the job they asked, and they still told him to let himself out. No shade, front office's pivot. But file it away when you see him running the Kings tempo like a floor marshal. Some guys need the ball to feel alive. Russ needs responsibility. There's a difference. Let's zoom back to the craft because that's where he's aged best. The rim pressure is smarter now. He picks his bursts. The pull-up is rarer, the catch and shoot more frequent. He's becoming an intentional cutter. The vet trick of waiting half a beat, then darting behind the ball-watching wing for a layup. He screens more too, especially to trigger switches on smaller guards so he can punish with power steps instead of vertical explosion. Think less top gear hammer and more timing and leverage. It's not decline, it's evolution. Like a sports car that learned to corner better even if the raw 0 to 60 slipped a tenth. Defense, choose your narrative. If you came for his lowlights, you'll always find them. If you actually watch the closeouts, tags, and the late game willingness to take star assignments to protect a teammate, you'll see a veteran who still impacts possessions with speed and hands. The Podziemski strip save wasn't an accident, and the Giannis handoff, that's reading the moment, not the box score. How many aging stars volunteer for bruises? Will the threes stay at 39.7%? History says no. Will the effort, rebounding, and playmaking sustain? History says yes. And if the jumper lives around 34 to 36% with willing cutting and smart slot drives, you're getting the good version, the winning version, the version that lets your coach say, I can trust this in Game 4. You want a fun question? Where do you rank him all-star as a passer? Not an assist accumulator, but a passer. Top 15, top 10, the hit-aheads, the left-hand lasers, the pocket timing, it's all still there at speed. Sometimes we punish players for doing something so often it stops impressing us. If your favorite young guard made 2 of those Warriors dimes, your timeline would melt. There's another piece to all of this: flexibility. The Kings are a weird puzzle. Aging stars, star-ish vets, prospects, and a fan base that wants noise in April. Plug Russ into that and he becomes the duct tape for lineups. Need secondary creation with Sabonis on the bench? Got it. Need someone to soak early possession so DeMar can hunt matchups later? Got it. Need a switchable body to start a quarter while your primary guard catches breath? Got it. The game still rewards players who solve problems. He solves them fast. And because we're friends here, let's address the elephant. Misunderstandings follow Russ like a shadow. Every year, the internet retires him. Every year, a coach hands him minutes and he repays it with chaos, the good kind. Clippers spark, Nuggets spark, now Kings spark. Is there variance? Of course. But count the teams that got better when he became a regular part of the plan versus worse. Then ask yourself why the narrative lags the evidence. Confirmation bias is powerful. So are 16 rebounds. Zooming out, this is the same true story with a new coat of paint. Westbrook gets written off, Westbrook gets a lane, Westbrook outputs winning stuff. It's not about MVP speeches anymore. It's about minute-to-minute influence, energy, glass, paint touches, kickouts, and 10 tiny choices that swing a game under 5 minutes. If you can't see the value in that, you're watching with last decade's lens. Could he have walked away? Absolutely. A lot of legends do. Instead, he took the minimum, walked into a brand new room, and started moving furniture. The Kings needed a spark. He brought a generator. If you're still here, you're my kind of hoop sicko. Tell me your favorite play from the Warriors game, the lefty finish, the give and go, or the late strip chaos, and give me your bold take. Does he hit 10,000 assists and 2,000 steals before the All-Star break? Or are we dragging this drama into March like a Netflix series? Either way, I'm bookmarking this version of year 18. It's not nostalgia, it's proof. Some players age out, some evolve, and the rare few, they refuse to read the script you wrote for them. Russ is in that last group. Again.